Hey, what's up YouTube? It's Matt here. Just wanted to do an update on the tank. I've recently added a bunch of corals from Aqua SD and just wanted to do an update on the tank, kind of show you where things are as far as the coral stock goes. Just do a quick recap on some of the hardware that you've seen in some of the newer videos. So as you know, I did the separate auto top off here, so we've got the Toonsy pump down inside there. I'm kind of running a little low on my water. As you can see, I've only got about a gallon and a half in there, but that seems to be working out fine. I'm really loving the tunes, and you can hear it pissing the water into the tank about every hour or so, and that seems to be working out pretty well. This is the plumbing that comes in here just right along my PVC, and then I've got it cut off a little high there. Because my auto top off does sit a little high, it'll drip if that cabling, that hosing goes below the water line in the auto top off. So I do keep that a little high and tight. The Vertex Omega 130 did take a little while to break in, but I do have things working out pretty well now, especially with the tunes, keeping the water level in the sump nice and level, and the pressure nice and even throughout the day. I did install the BRS reactor, the deluxe reactor. That seems to be working out pretty good. This was the first fill up of GFO and carbon that I did put into the canister filter. So I did kind of overfill it, I think, a little bit, but that seems to be working out pretty good. And then you can see the sensor for the auto top off, and just a quick tour of my really dirty sump. Got my two Eheims in there with my DC 5000 return pump, big ball Kato that's doing extremely well. I've probably put about 5,000 pods in the tank in the last couple months in an effort to supply nutrients and food for the fish, and also keep things clean down here. I've got a little Coralia Nano pump in there and about 20 pounds of live rock. And then again, my skimmer here. And just a quick tour of some of the electronics here. Starting from the left on the top there, that's the gyre controller. Below that, you've got the Toonsy monitor. I do have a large surge protector here, which then feeds the Apex power bar, and the Apex, obviously the Apex right here. And then above that, this is the controller for the return pump, and I do have it on high. The Radions, I did finally get these installed on the racks. The brackets. Just zip them right into the drywall with some mollies, and there you go. So those are actually from a German company. And I really like the way they look. They were kind of expensive, but I love the way they look, and they've got a really nice gloss finish to them, and the Ecotex look great hanging below. I did keep some of the cabling on there, that way if I need to adjust the lighting, I can do that. And then I've got the wiring for the Radions running down to the power supplies there. And actually, while I'm down here, that's the Fuge light. This is from Reef Breeders, and that's doing extremely well. Let me just flip this around here so you can see. We've got some red lights, we've got some blue lights on that. It glows like an awesome magenta, pink, purple when the sun is setting, so to speak, on the reef, and you've got that real ultraviolet on the tank, and then the real purple magenta on the sump. It looks like looks like a disco in here. It looks awesome. But the problem is obviously that it's sitting on a brown box in my living room and not mounted underneath the tank, and that's because I wasn't quite sure where this was gonna all fit once I had the reactor installed. So I do need to come in here and get the light installed, and that way that'll sit right here above the Kato. That's why all the Kato's growing in the front here, because at night I put the light right here in front, and it just goes through the acrylic, no problem, and it grows through the acrylic. But obviously, if I want to fill the Fuge section up there, which I do, I'm gonna need some more some direct lighting from above. So this is kind of where it's all at right now in terms of where the remainder of this video is gonna spend. So let's go ahead and check out some of the new corals that we've added here. To be honest with you, I've added so many corals. There's probably about 35 new corals in here. I can't remember all the names of them. But some new shroom on the left there. We've got an Aussie trachea there in the front. There's a shroom there in the middle that's new, that isn't doing so hot. I've actually had to re-glue it to its base, and obviously it's not happy about that. A couple new zoas here in the front. Some stuff is still working on opening up. Some stuff is doing great. Got some new shells from Florida, and my electric blue and my Halloween hermit now have new homes straight from Florida, and they're really happy, and it's good to see everybody upgrading their homes and getting along and not fighting over shells. Again, some more new zoas here, and a blue mushroom that I don't believe that's where it's gonna stay. It hasn't quite opened up. It doesn't look like it's happy there, so that'll probably move. In fact, all this stuff on the sand bed's going, so just haven't figured out where I'm gonna glue it yet, and I don't have time during the week to do it and do it right, so it's kind of my weekend project for the weekend. My Gonopora, sometimes it has some big long sweeper tentacles out. I came home today and my Duncan was laying on it, so I'm sure both of them aren't very happy, and again, that's contributed to the corals not being in their permanent home yet, because I haven't quite figured out where everything's gonna go, because there's just too much stuff in here right now, and because I've just added the gyre and some new corals, I'm adjusting the flow and I'm adjusting the lighting and a lot of different variables going on, and yeah, so I don't know quite where everything's gonna go. So yeah, there's a little bit of a population, too much population in the sand right now, which I'm working on. But here's another up close shot of some of the zoas that I did get. New torch from Australia. Some zoas in the back. Another shroom. And there's actually a red shroom on the side of that frag plug, which used to be attached to its own frag plug, but it became dislodged in shipping, and I tried re-gluing and it wasn't happy. So that's kind of where he is right now. So that's kind of what's going on with the tank. I really appreciate you checking it out, and I hope to have some more videos coming up soon, and once I get everything mounted and in its permanent position, I'll do another video and let you guys know how we're doing. Have a great weekend, everybody.